Okay, welcome back once again. It is Wednesday, May 12th. Happy Wednesday. I am Sister Maria Dwyer here at Community Baptist Church in Santa Rosa, California. Welcome. The word for you today, your daily devotion, we have Fishing Lessons Part 3, which actually is a 5-parter. So this is Part 3 of 5. Lesson 1 was invite Jesus into your boat. Lesson 2 was God is interested in your success. And today, lesson 3 is cooperate with God's plan for your life. And our scripture for this devotion today is Luke 5:5. And it reads, "Nevertheless, at your word, I will let down the net." And he says, lesson 3, cooperate with God's plan for your life. He said to Simon, launch out into the deep and let down your nets for a catch. But Simon answered and said to him, Master, we have toiled all night and caught nothing. Nevertheless, at your word, I will let down the net. And when they had wow. And when they had done this, they caught a great number of fish, and their net was breaking. Verses 4-6. Jesus taught the disciples where to fish, when to fish, and how to fish, and he will teach you how to succeed in life too. But like Peter, sometimes your plan has to fail before you become willing to accept God's plan. And if that's what it takes, God will let you fail. Notice 2 things. 1, Peter didn't argue with Jesus, he simply obeyed. As a professional fisherman, he may well have thought, Lord, who are you to tell me how to fish? He may even have thought if he didn't catch anything at night when the fish were usually biting, he surely wasn't going to catch anything in the middle of the day when the sun was glaring down on the water. But he didn't argue, he just obeyed. You must too. Number 2, he didn't listen to his feelings. No doubt he was dog-tired from working all night, but he didn't ask, what's the use? Why should I keep on going? Instead of being led by his feelings, he exercised faith in the promise of Christ, and the results were amazing. And if you'll put your faith in Jesus today, he will do the same for you. Awesome. So he obeyed, but here's what I heard. It's so funny. When he says, Master, we've toiled all night and caught nothing. Nevertheless, at your word, I will let down the net. So he did kind of question him from what I'm reading. It was kind of like, Lord, thanks for your input, but I'm the pro here, so that's kind of, and we do that, don't we? I mean, when God steps in and says, this is what I want you to do, and it's like, but that's our strength, and we have to learn to trust God in our strengths as well as our weaknesses. And I think sometimes we forget that because we're so blessed to be really good at something like Peter was at being a fisherman that we forget that number one, God gave us that blessing and capability, but that he knows way more about it than we do, and he allows us to be good and successful at what we do. So when he allows you, when he lets you fail at something, even something that you're good at, that's when you really know God's working, because it's like, okay, I'm usually really good at this here. This is my strength. Why am I not getting it? And so that's when you just need to really let go and listen, because God's allowing that to happen, and there's really good reason for that. So you're growing, you're taking that next step, and or maybe just needing to remember to be humble about it. And so and teachable, remain teachable. So good word, good lesson. Fishing lesson number 3. That is it for me this week. Pastor Turner will be bringing you part 4 and 5 starting tomorrow. So have a wonderful month. I will see you in a few weeks, and God bless you. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.